Okay, MinneIoWisco.
This is the story of my 4-day solo bikepacking ride on bikepacking.com's MinneIoWisco route.
Feels good to be back in my college town.
The route starts in Winona, Minnesota, a college town situated on the Mississippi River, about 100 miles southeast of Minneapolis-St. Paul.
Heading down Huff Street, this was the heart of campus. Winona State University.
The city and surrounding county is named for Winona, a Dakota Sioux woman memorialized here in Wyndham Park. This route doesn't dally long in Minnesota, traversing the Mississippi River via bridges and backwater lands within the first 5 miles.
So this is a part of the route that I wrote with Ashley on our spring tour last year. Looks very different because it's so green. Love this stone bridge. Houseboat community over here. What a beautiful way to start the route. Another bridge. This is all brand new trail, so you used to have to ride over here on the road. And this wasn't here when I rode here with Ashley last year, so brand new. Turning into the Trimpelow National Wildlife Refuge. Let's see. Oh. So we moved off the busy road, and now we're just in this beautiful bike trail. There's a little bit of a, I don't know, creek or something along the side. And the wildflowers are blooming over here. It's just gorgeous. Look at this gorgeous canopy. Makes riding in the summertime bearable. Hello, pretties. What beauties, they look so healthy. Oh, here comes a little fawn. I love this sections of prairie that they have too. See some wild rose. Oh, there's a bald eagle over there. Concerning. A sign back there said bridge closed 8.5 miles ahead, but they didn't show like an alternate way around or a detour. So I don't know. Future Katrina might be having some issues. We'll see. The direction said into the field. That's cute. So we're gonna do a little single tracking. How pretty is this? Ah, that was really nice. This is really cool. Got a vulture doing what vulture does. Nature's cleaners. Sweet town of Trimpelow, Wisconsin. There's Wisconsin State Trails. I should mention, before I headed out, I purchased a trail pass. You can just buy one online at the state website. But if you didn't buy one, oh, look, it's a fawn. Oh, how cute. Oh, he's so fast. Oh, go into the woods. Oh, go into the woods, little guy. Oh my gosh, that little fawn was adorable. He just didn't know what to do. They never seem to figure out to go perpendicular. Anyway, I was talking about the state park pass. The gas station that I just went to was a Cenex in Trempealeau. Had trail passes that you could purchase right there. So you don't have to buy it ahead of time if you don't want to. Well, here's the bridge closure. Remember this bridge. Looks like fire. Doesn't look good. Let's see how bad. All right.
Still no answers when it comes to the Tank Creek Bridge fire that happened on May 15th. You may recall that fire was along the Great River State Trail near Trempealeau. And now tonight, the Wisconsin DNR is looking for the public's help to find out what caused this fire to destroy the 68-year-old bridge. Now, you can submit tips to the DNR's violation hotline or call 1-800-847-9367. The DNR says no matter how small a tip is, it could assist them to find how this fire started, and that bridge will remain closed. There is no reroute, according to the DNR right now.
Oh, yeah. Very stupid. Do not recommend. This is on Alaska. So many pretty bridges along this route. When they're not burned down, that is. There was a woman riding a bike just a second ago, and I smiled at her and nodded like I do everybody. And she smiled brightly back and said, "Hi. And do you realize, of all the people I've seen today, that's the first one that actually said anything to me today?" And it just made my day. Look how long and straight the trail is. All right, I'm in West Salem, stopping at this little deli called the Midway. This place is super cute. Just leaving the little town of West Salem, Wisconsin, and had a great lunch at the deli at Midway. This is the town of Bangor. Look how cute. Welcome to Sparta.
In Sparta, I decided to take a little detour to see the world's tallest bike sculpture called Ben Biken.
Ben Biken.
Ben sits upon a 32-foot penny farthing bicycle.
I'm on the Elroy Sparta part of the trail, and it's been a general climb the whole time since Sparta. Something new. Oh, this is pretty cool.
This is the first of 3 tunnels that are part of the Elroy Sparta
Turn my light
Trail.
on.
Hello.
Hi. There said bikes must be walked through the tunnel. I can see why. There's water on both edges. Dripping on us. Just listen to the water rushing. Look at that. noticeable temperature change as you exit the tunnel. It's much warmer. So it said it was 3,800 something feet long. It was weird when I turned around in the middle of the tunnel, well, towards the end of the tunnel. I couldn't see, just a pinprick of light. That's it. Very cool. And now we seem to be in a completely different climate here. Let's talk about birds I've seen along the trail today. Lots of Baltimore Orioles, northern cardinals. They come down to the path to get, I guess, the stones. Lots of doves. I just saw rose-breasted grosbeak. Lots of American goldfinches. I've seen some yellow warblers, song sparrow, great heron, and green heron. Let's see, bald eagle, vulture, lots of swallows, barn swallows that go in the eaves of the underpasses for the pedestrian bridges. And blue jays. Lots of robins too, like this one right up above. So yeah, good birding along this trail if you're into that kind of thing. I know I am. Coming up to our second tunnel. This one's not nearly as wet as the other. It's an illusion, but it feels like the end is getting further as I go. Why would that be? My mind is playing a trick on me. Hello. Wilton's welcome waits within. Very cute. So it's starting to feel like there's the world outside, and then there's the world inside this trail. It's getting so you can tell when the bridge is coming up, or the tunnel rather. You get the water along the sides of the trail, and the cliffs, of course. This is called tunnel number 1, but for me, it's tunnel number 3.
Right here.
It's our last tunnel. Air conditioning. Little depot. And our walking countdown, 0.2 miles. Okay, let's go. Not taking.
So this is Thompson Memorial Park, and I think it's one of the coolest places because the gate is closed. There's no mechanized vehicles allowed in here. Aside from going up a steep climb to get to the top, it's just about perfect.
Hey, there's my little campsite. Picnic table, yay! So I had to reserve it online. When I first walked in, I had to pick out a site and pay for it online. Not that big of a deal. Cool, all right, here we are. Here's my campsite. And a little fire pit and a flat spot. Okay, got my campsite set up. Now it's time to get to town. Maybe find a place to eat and get supplies for tomorrow. And I noticed that they had something that said showers. And that sure does sound nice. So we'll see if that's a thing.
I have to show you this because I think this is the biggest gift to bikepackers everywhere. This place offers showers. He just suggested a donation. Isn't that amazing? That is nice.
In the campground, it's 6:44. Got an early start and heading into town. Probably gonna have breakfast at the Quick Trip. Good stuff. And then start the route. Got my Quick Trip breakfast. Everything I could need: a picnic table, and got a hot sandwich, my coffee, orange juice, banana, and I got soap, which I wish I would have had last night. Pretty awesome.
All right, just had a very nice breakfast at the Quick Trip and heading out for day 2. So I was in kind of a dark place mentally yesterday, just thinking about the world and kind of all the struggles that are going on out there. But being at camp last night and just listening to the bird song and eventually the quiet, it just kind of resettled me. And I'm feeling so much better today, so much more present. And that's kind of the magic of what these trips do. I'm looking forward to what I'm gonna see today and what I'll experience, and just staying present and grateful. I'll take a moment here to add to yesterday's bird list, which I forgot. Red-winged blackbirds, of course, and crows, catbirds. I don't think I said that yesterday, but tons of catbirds, and northern flickers, lots of those, bouncing off and on the trail. There's the little town of Union Center. Pretty little church. Just took a turn onto what's called the Hillsboro spur. Yeah, Hillsboro is going to be the last real supply for quite a long time, so I'm going to stock up on extra water when I get there. It's overcast today, and a few drops of rain keep hitting here and there, but I'm okay with that because it's keeping the temperature down. I finally left the bike trail system and I'm on open roads, and I get nice, vast, rolling views. Also, the hills are starting. Today's gonna be a climbing day. Pretty. This little bugger had a 15% grade. Yikes. Goats. Hi guys. So, just changed into my rain gear. I got my rain mitts on, my raincoat, and then
I have this cover for my front bag, which is 100% waterproof. And then I also, for protection, put on my light, and I've got my rear light. So I'm ready to go.
Oh, started out as just a few drops here and there, but it's kind of turned into a light rain now. So I've got my rain gear on, but it's not cold, so it's just an inconvenience really, more than discomfort. Keeps me from getting too hot. So peanut butter mud isn't really a thing here in Minnesota, Wisconsin. So at least when it's raining out, you don't have to worry about that. You'll be able to get where you want to go. Just in typical bluff country now. I'm in the valley portion. And then you climb and you get on top of the bluffs, and it's like farm fields up there. But yeah, bluff country is very beautiful. Oh, this road that I'm on said dead end. And my instructions are pointing me to go down this grassy path here called the Hoot Owl Trail. Remember what I was just saying about mud not being an issue in Wisconsin? This could be problematic. I'm not really looking forward to this. Okay, let's check it out. Can't believe this is a trail. Does not look like a trail. Mud. Oh God. Why? All right. So I was just thinking, Hoot Owl Trail sounds really cute, hoot and an owl, but isn't that like the equivalent of calling like the Moo Cow Trail or the Meow Cat Trail? I don't know. Deep thoughts. So I did go back and look at the Ride with GPS file, and it said if you didn't want to do the single track, to stay onto the road. So if this isn't your thing, you don't have to do it. There's an easy ride around that I probably should have taken. Oop, it's mud. Maybe this one. Look it down there. Wow, this is really special. Look at this. I came out of the single track onto this wide road. Kind of wonder where I am. I see one other bike track has been through here. Okay, back on to tarmac. What will happen next? A little bit of everything today. I like it. There must have been a whole group ride that went through here today, because look at all the tracks. The bike tracks. That's a lot of bicycle tires. This is the second place where you're supposed to be able to go into the single track. I think it would go back that way. But given my bike is getting quite dirty, I want to protect it for the next few days
So I'm going to take the road detour. It's supposed to go only like 2 or 3 miles before it meets up with the trail again. So that's what's up. This should get us back. Something's making like a hawk noise. Guessing it's a hawk. Oh, sure, he stops doing it as soon as I record. Oh, there you go. Anyway, oh, there we go. You see him? So that must be the mate somewhere down there. He must be right in these trees with a nest. Oh no, I see him. There he is, right. You're not gonna see him in the branch, but yeah, he's calling to his mate. Oh, that's cool. All right, big climb coming up. It's time for lunch by this beautiful tree back here. And today I've got peanut butter and strawberry sandwich and an apple. So rare to have fresh fruit, so I'm very happy. Yay.
Coming off the ridge I've been on for a while.
More farmland on top of a ridge. It's Ridge Valley, Ridge Valley. Bluff country.
Having spent the majority of my day soaking wet, I made the call to book a room tonight in Viroqua, Wisconsin to dry out and do some laundry.
Here's where I stayed last night. The Midway Motel. Just riding backwards up the sidewalk from the motel to hit up a McDonald's for breakfast. My legs feel a little cooked today. Hope I warm up into the effort because I got a long way to go. Okay, just finished another delicious quick trip breakfast and heading out for the day. Leaving the road in Viroqua to our first off-road section. Some of their local trails. Hopefully not muddy. Cleaned my bike this morning. Uh-oh, okay. Oh. Pretty. All right, starting our morning with single track. Nice little trails. It'd be fun to rip around on a cross-country bike. I do kind of feel like I'm going to get ticks in here, though. Look at that. This big field. So, current state, I'm in the middle of this field. It's raining. And there's no road in sight. I just have like 70 miles to go today. Kind of just want to be out of here. Fun little adventure, but I'm getting wet and I'm not going very far. All right, patience. It's an adventure. Okay, out of the single track. It is not even 8 a.m. and I'm completely soaked now. Full rain gear. And it's completely soaked through. Oh well. It's gonna be a long, wet day. This isn't a safe place for you. You should turn around.
I'm hoping this snapping turtle will heed my advice, as I'm reluctant to risk my fingers to pick it up.
City Hollow Park. Riverside. Still raining pretty hard.
This is the Sidey or City Hollow campground. Says there's a boat launch up here too. Looks like a dam they built here. Interesting. Birds are loving this weather. Trail brought us over to this side of the park. I think it continues to wrap around. Well, I seem to have gotten off my off-road adventure, and the rain has nearly stopped by now, so yay, bunny. Currently have water pooling in my shoes. But as Lachlan Morton would say, paraphrasing, I'm lucky that this is all I have to worry about today. Oh, swallowed a bug. All right, moving on. So dark, so very dark. Current weather. Eek. It comes and goes, and just like brief spot, it'll just pour, and then it'll drizzle, and then it pours again. There was thunder and lightning just a minute ago. Luckily, I only heard that once. Oh my gosh, it's really coming down. Current situation. I found this cabin here. I know it's trespassing, but there doesn't seem to be anyone here, and I'm just using their porch until the rain and the thunderstorms go by. It's very, very wet. And the lightning is what is giving me caution right now. So hopefully it stops soon. And now the skies look pretty light because it pretty much dumped any existing rain that they had. Only thing is these roads pretty tacky now, so it's a little more of a struggle to pedal. Seen a lot of does with their fawns out today. One pair was wading in a creek down in the pasture together. It was really sweet. Of course, I don't know if you heard back there, but I saw a fledgling kingfisher at the side of the road, looking all floppy, like it's trying to figure out what to do. I'm sure its parent was nearby. So, those fancy living walls that they put in restaurants and fancy architecture. Oh, this is the real deal. What it's modeled after. Nature does it well. Beautiful little deer. Yeah. Oh, you're so sweet. Bye. I've seen so many animals on this trip. Possum. This morning I saw a fox crossing the road. Saw a cardinal coming to the road to drink from the puddles. Just life everywhere. Come on. Let's get you across. Yeah. There you go. Go. Coming into Lansing. So many turtles. I saw a couple bald eagles. Lots of wildlife. Oh, a pair of wood ducks.
Look at this pretty bridge. Is it up or is it just that steep? Look at this. Building a new bridge. Oh, that is some bridge.
Lansing, Iowa is a lovely small river town. I stopped briefly here to have some lunch and dry out a bit.
Okay, leaving Lansing, and I've called an audible, which is to say I'm making a change to the route because more rain is coming in and I don't want to be on the far back roads. So I'm going to go straight to La Crescent and stay there tonight. And then I'll try to catch the route back to Winona when it's supposed to be nicer tomorrow. But yeah, I don't, after the fun little episode with this thunderstorms this morning, not super keen on being in the backcountry without any shelter. So that's what I'm doing. Turtle time, ready? Okay, here comes your free lift. Here we go. There you go, buddy. Be safe. Both of these turtles today have been so complacent. It's almost like they're learning to just come up to the road and wait for somebody to shuttle them across. I'm sure that's not the case, but kind of funny. New Albin. This is actually on the route, but I will diverge again. We're leaving Iowa. Welcome to Minnesota. It's got to run out of water soon. It's just dumping and dumping. Okay, rain's done. It came, it dumped, it cleared. I'm soaked, but everything's clean and pretty. This is a bird watch overlook. Stop, look, and listen. Oh my God, these people are after my heart. Let's see what we've got over here. Look at the bluffs. Classic Mississippi River. Here's the city of Brownsville. They do have a filling station called River Station. So yeah, if you go through Brownsville, there's a place to stop. Look at the old rock work over here. All right, coming into La Crescent where I'm going to spend the night.
That night, I did yet another round of laundry to dry out and ate my camp meal of ramen noodles in my room at the Best Western.
Okay, leaving the La Crescent Best Western, and after storms last night, it turned out to be a beautiful day. Looking forward to just a pretty day today. Could get hot, but that is a welcome change. So the route that I created today is to climb a bluff and then join the rest of the MinneIoWisco route so that I didn't miss too much. But I will say the route that I did yesterday, following the main road, but along the river, that's part of the Mississippi River Trail.
So that is a legitimate route, bikepacking route. So it was a decent alternative. I did see a lot of wildlife along the sloughs of the Mississippi River, so I found it to be quite pretty and gratifying. So plan for today, 3 big climbs to go up the bluffs, right across the tops of them, descend into the valleys, do that a couple times. 38 miles, I think it is. Legs are definitely feeling it today, but patience. The Epic Ride weather app actually showed 0% chance of rain for today. So that is a welcome sign. Just listen to the sounds here on this climb. This climb was looking so familiar, and I think I've figured out it's the same one that's on the Driftless loop that I did last winter with my friend Ashley. So a little bit of overlap in a couple places on this route. If you're not keen to do 4 or 5 days, the Driftless loop is a nice alternative. This row of pine trees here seems to be signaling the top of the climb. And typically in bluff country, when you get to the top of a bluff, it suddenly turns into farmland with the trees mostly below you, like you see down here. There you go. Trees down in the valley, farmland at the top. A little about my helmet choice, because I know you're dying of curiosity, right? Why am I wearing a mountain bike helmet when I go bikepacking, which is mostly a road ride here? As you could see maybe yesterday, really did a good job keeping the water out of my eyes during the downpour. And today it's giving me some great sun protection. This pretty little church. Nice view of the valley down there. So pretty. Another valley. We're right along a ridge here. Lots of deer on this trip. Not too far back, I saw something small and brown in a farm field, and I looked closer and it was a fawn. And just as I was noticing it, it plunked down and pretty much disappeared. So it just had like a little hole that it dug out. And I remember my mom saying that a mother will leave her fawn there for protection while she goes out and eats and stuff. And I just happened to look at the wood line, and there's the mother, and she's watching me and eventually takes off. But so cool. I mean, exactly how my mom described it. This is where I joined back to the MinneIoWisco route. So from this point forward, it's all MinneIoWisco again. All right, turning on Slippery Hill Road. Love it. Here we go, trucks on triangles. On a slippery hill. You know, I don't really do a lot of bikepacking in my own state. Most of that is just because I'm just so excited and eager to see other parts of the world. especially the mountains and the desert, because they're so unique to me. But one of the really lovely things about riding here is, you know, the sounds that I hear, they're all familiar. Like I know most of the birds in Minnesota, can identify them by sound, or if not by sight. I know most of the plants, or the majority of the ones that you see all the time. So there's just a sense of familiarity and comfort. There's snow. Oh my gosh, I can't believe there's snow right there. Doesn't seem to care about me. Aren't you beautiful? Little town of Ridgeway. These valleys are so special. Beautiful little stream going through. Dipping down. Wow. That one was like an amusement park ride. It was so curvy and fun. And paved. So here's my third climb of the day. This one is much more gradual so far. Just been kind of steadily climbing out of the valley. There's the Watoka Tavern, also listed on the guide point. Not open as of Tuesday at 10:30 in the morning. So you gotta time it right. Looks like we're getting ready to dive down again. On dirt this time. Whee! This looks familiar. I think Ashley and I were on this road as well. Yes, I've definitely been on this road before. You don't forget a view like this. Very cool. Fisher up there. Such a cool bird. There he goes. Just like that, another adventure ends. Really brilliant fourth day. Beautiful. Ending on a high note.